Hello students and aspirants. Jai Hind to all of you. I am Dheeraj Kumar. I am welcoming you on my YouTube channel that is G Junction. Today I am going to start with you what, where, how and when, which is your first chapter of the NCERT History class 6th. So the chapter's name is what, where, how and when. In this chapter, we will know the entire concept of this chapter in the three sections. The first section, where did people live? The first section is where did people live? In this section, we will understand that in which location people were living and people were following which kind of the lifestyle. And the next we will understand in the second point of this chapter, that is names of our land, that is India. Means there are two names of our land, that is first is India and second is Bharat. So we will know the story about it. Now the third point, we will understand that finding out about the past. Means in this section we will know that the ways to finding out about the past. So let's start the first section of this chapter, that is the where did people live. Where did people live? In this section we will know about the location of the place where people live. Now firstly we have to make the map of India. So now we will try to understand that what were the locations of the people and how was the lifestyle of that people who were living here. Like firstly, according to your NCERT, this is the location of Suleiman Hills. Not properly, but somewhere here. And this is the location of Kirthar Hills. Suleiman Hills, Kirthar Hills, Vindhyas Hills, and this is the location of Indus and its tributaries. Indus and its tributaries, and this is the Gado Hill, and now this is the place. This is the Narmada. This is the location of Narmada River, and this is the place of Ganga. Okay, so now we will try to know about about these locations and the resident of this location, the resident of these locations, we will know about them also. So firstly, the Suleiman Hills and Kirthar Hills. Suleiman Hills and Kirthar Hills, both of these are residing in the Pakistan right now. So in the area of Suleiman Hills and Kirthar Hills. Just you need to write down the things that as Suleiman Hills and Kirthar Hills. Sorry, Kirthar Hills. Now, Suleiman Hills and Kirthar Hills, the resident of this location, the means the location of those people who were existing here, who were existing around these two hills, they were settled a village life. They were settled a village life, and also they were starting the rearing of animal. Rearing of animal. And animal, which kind of the animal? Goat, sheep, and cattle, etc. So means you need to write down the things, only these things you need to write, only these things. But if you are talking about the proper answer writing, that means you have to write in the grammatical manner. Understand? Means now we have understood about the location of Suleiman Hills and the Pakistan Hills, which are currently residing in the Pakistan. Now, in the area of Indus, in the area of Indus and its tributaries, what is the story of this location? There were a lot of there were so many cities which were developed around 4700 years ago, and those city were known as what? Harappa, Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. In the next chapter, we will know about the IVC, which is the IVC stands for Indus Valley Civilization. So, but you need to know only these things here, that the tributaries of the tributaries of Indus and the river of Indus, the location around this river, the cities were developed. These are the cities, means cities means the concept of the urbanization has been started with this era. The 4700 years ago approximately, the Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, and apart from these two things and these two cities, so many cities they are developed in the period of IVC, in the era of IVC. Now you will also know the Ganga, the location around the Ganga. It is the story of Indus River. Indus and its tributaries. Indus and its tributaries. Now, in the area of Gangetic Plains, means in the area of Ganga river and its tributaries, Ganga river, Ganga and its tributaries, we will know around the location of the Ganga river there was a very big empire, a very big kingdom, which was popularly known as Magadha. Magadha kingdom. The Magadha is one of the 16 Mahajanpadas. Janpads. Mahajanpadas. So Magadha is one of the 16 Mahajanpadas. Mahajanpadas. Jan means people and padas means foot, feet. Means wherever people taken on foot, taken on feet, that area is known as Janpad. And the collection of some Janpads, that was known as Mahajanpadas. So, as like this, the Magadha is one of the 16 Mahajanpadas. 16 Mahajanpadas. And around the era of 2500 years ago. Now we have understood the Ganga river and its tributaries and Indus and its tributaries. That was the city Harappa and Mohenjo-daro around the year of around the 4700 years ago. Now also we have understood the Suleiman Hills and the Kirthar Hills. Then now let's talk about the river Narmada. So around the river Narmada, means on the bank of river Narmada, the people were the resident of this location were gatherers and hunters. Hunters means they have they used to hunt the animal. They used to hunt the animal to fulfillment the requirement of the foods, and they were also the gatherer to gather the food. So that was so they were a gatherer. वीडियो देखिए ठीक आ रहा है यहाँ और कवर करता है ओके and now lastly we will know that the Vindhyas and Garo hills, Vindhyas hills and Garo hills. Vindhyas and Garo hills. Garo hills is located in the northeast part, and Garo hills, sorry, Vindhyas is here around the middle of the India. So this is the location where at the first time the rice cultivation has been started. Rice cultivation has been started. Rice cultivation has been started in the area of in the location of Vindhyas hills and the Garo hills. Garo hills is here and Vindhyas hills is here. Vindhyas, and Garo. So only these things we need to know in the section of where did people live, means where was the location of the people at that point of the time in the ancient era. See, the history has been bifurcated into three terms, and during the after passing the class, you will know the another aspect of the history. Like you are knowing the things in the class 6, that the part of ancient Indian history, and in the class 7th, you will know that medieval, and in the class 8th you will know the era of modern India, that is modern Indian history, which you will know about the freedom struggle. So that was something which you need to know, and you should make the notes proper as like this only. And if you want to explain, if you want to give the explanation in the answer, at that point of the time, in that kind of a situation, you have to give the proper answer in the properly grammatical manner. So you have to think about the grammatical manner in the answer writing. You don't need to know, because you don't need to know the entire this much, and you don't need to make the notes in the proper manner, like you're getting you're writing the answer. No, you need to know as like this only, because this is the shortest form, and shortest form you will know, you will understand in a better manner. That is why you should know as like this only. So now in the next subtopic, we will know about why did they move, means people were moving here and there. People were moving from somewhere to somewhere, but we need to find out the logic behind it. So as you have read, as you are able to know the things, uh, that people were being like people were gatherers, food gatherers. People were hunters. People were hunters, means people were hunting the animals. But with the time, if hunting will be increased, if hunting will be increased, means the animal, the number of animal will be decreased, the population of the animal will be decreased. Because of this fact, the people were moving, people were moving around, people were moving to somewhere for find out the food, for find out the food, means that was the problem to fulfillment of the food. So you need to know only these things, that people were using the hunting skill to get the food, and at that time, if the hunting will be increased, means the number of animals will be decreased. Means if you're consuming the a very much more amount of the food, that means food will be increased in your home, in your house. In that kind of the cases, same as like this, that if hunting will be increased, that means the number of animal will be decreased. So due to the decreasement of the number, due to the decreasement of the number about the animal, the people will have to, so people had to move from to somewhere for getting the proper food. So this is the first, this can be the first cause. Now what should be the second cause? Second cause, second cause is, second cause, it can be that if any kind of the natural calamities occurs, that in that kind of the case, natural calamity in the sense like flood, droughts, etc. If that kind of the natural calamity occurs in the area, in the area where the people, where they live, that means in the case of flood, in the case of drought, they had to leave, they had to leave the area, means they had to move from that area to somewhere, means people were also moving to get the livelihood. What? Livelihood. Livelihood. The first is in search of food, second is in search of livelihood, third is, third can be like religious teachers, religious teachers were moving around the village, and village to village they were moving, uh, due to due to a thing that they wanted to spread on ideology, they wanted to spread that kind of teachings. So the religious teachers, religious teachers like Buddha is the religious teachers in the Buddhism, and Mahavir Jaina in the is the religious teacher in the Jainism. So religious teachers, and religious teachers were moving village to village due to a thing that they wanted to, he or she wanted to spread their ideology, because they wanted to spread their ideology. That is why they were moving usually. Now, means these three things only you need to know at the level of your class, that why did the people move. Okay, so it's it should be your choice that if you want to write it, then you can write, and also you can definitely you can skip it. So just you need to understand these things has been given in your textbook to develop your thinking ability, to create the interest in the history, in your past. So now let's move to the third point of your chapter. The third topic is the names of our land. Now, names of our land, like there are two names of our land. Our land, my country, my nation, where we stay, that is our land. So, firstly, our land is usually considering as India as well as Bharat in the context of this time. That was the another thing that India was knowing. India was known as was another name apart from these two names. So first is India and second is Bharat. So Bharat, the this name has this name is mentioned in the Rig Veda, in the Rig Veda textuals, in the Rig Vedic textual records. So, so this is the story of name Bharat, the origin Bharat. So that was the a little bit connected to the mythology section. But in the India, see, there was, if you are seeing the location of our country, in that kind of the cases, you will know that this area has been captured by geared by the ocean. These areas have been captured by the oceans, and this area has been captured by the Great Himalayas. So there is no escape to enter in this from this area, and also due to the Himalayan region, due to the Himalayan mountain, there is no option to enter in the India. But there is a pass. There are passes, here in the northwestern side, which is currently Pakistan side. Northwestern side, there are two passes. All the foreigners were entering inside of India with through these two ways. So these two ways, due to these ways, and the Indus is here Indus and its tributaries. So the foreigners were using this way to enter inside of the India. So, and Indus, due to the presence of Indus river, the Greek people, remember it, Greek people as well as the Iranian people were entering into India through these ways, and they had to cross this river Indus, and the Greek and Iranian. So due to these things, Greek and Iranian were using this term, the Indos, not India, and Hindos also, Hindos, due to the tongue, due to the mother tongue. Like if I am if anyone speaks something, that means they will if some people are speaking something, that means they will speak with the effect of their mother tongue. So a kind of mother tongue influence comes in their language, whether they are trying to speak in English, whether they are trying to speak in Marathi or speak in Punjabi, but they will they can't leave the mother tongue influence in any language. So that is why they were calling it usually Hindos, due to the Indus. So Indos and Hindus. Greek people and Iranian people were calling it the Indos and Hindus. So this is the story behind the origination of the name of our country, and that name is India. That means Greek people and Iranian people. Iranian people were oftenly calling it Indos and Hindus, due to the presence of a river, that river Indus, that river in the Indus, which is also known as Sindhu in the Sanskrit language or Hindi language. Now, so we need to know only these things, and you don't need to write down the things blah blah blah. You need to know only these things which is important to us. And the Rig Veda, in the textual record of the Rig Veda, Bharat were meant as the area of the northwest, means all the people of all the people who were resident of the northwest part of the currently area of the country, that was known as Bharat. That was known as Bharat. So you need to know only these things. It doesn't mean that you should not read your textbook, that is your ncert book. You should read, but out of all those books, out of all those pages, you need to know only these things which is sufficient and important to you. Now let's talk about the third point, that finding out about the ways of the past. Let's talk about the finding out about the past, in which we will know about the so the third point, we will know the ways to find out. Simply you can write it also, ways to find out about the past. See, find out about the past, that means how what are the ways to find out about the past, means by doing what kind of the things we will be able to know the things about the past, about our past. So there are three ways to knowing about the past. The first is manuscript, second is inscription, and third is archaeology. Just we need to know these three things and understand the things. First is ways to find out about the past. The first is manuscripts. Second is inscription. And third is archaeology. And third is archaeology. So now let's first understand the things that let's understand the first thing, that is the manuscript. Manu means hand and script means any kind of a textual record. Textual record means which you are writing the things, means the any kind of the uh, any kind of the records which has been written by the hand. Also, it has been copied by the hand. Manu means hand, and a script, a script, like writer of the movie is is writing the script to the film, script to the script for the film, a script for the any kind of the TV show or program. So a script, and manu means hand. So this is the meaning by the word. But what is the history behind it? So manuscript manuscript had been written by the hand of someone, of some writer, that which we will be able to know that what was the political scenario behind, what was the political scenario, what was the economical scenario of that period of the time where they exist. A manuscript had been written means or written content a set of a set of manuscripts means, now we will know, a set means group, a set of written contents, a set of contents written by the hand, written by hand. So means, and it is available in the form of, and it was being written on the bark tree, bark tree, palm leaves. And these manuscripts were usually present in the language of all those languages which were existing in the context of our nation at that period of the time, like Tamil in the region of Magda, you will know the Prakrit, and also Sanskrit. Sanskrit. So these were the languages. Language. Now, so manuscript means a set of contents written by the hand, and these were written on the bark tree, palm leaves, and the writer of this language, the writer of the manuscripts were using the language of Tamil, Prakrit language, and Sanskrit language. So you can find out the information about the what kind of the things about the kings, about the king's rule. We will know about the king's rule, their political scenario, and economical scenario, etc. About the king, about the any kind of the poetry, we will know, and also medicine, and the information about the science, Ayurveda. So all these things we are knowing the things through this kind of the manuscripts. Now we will know the we will understand the inscription. Now inscription means it is also written content, but it has it had been written on the hard surface. Means hard surface means it can be surface of the metal, it can be surface of any kind of the stone, so or rocks. The it means a written a set of content written on the hard surface. What? Hard surface. Hard surface can be existed in the metal and rocks, like Kandahar. In the area of Kandahar, which is currently residing in the Afghanistan, there was a inscription had been found, and there was an inscription which had been found in this area, Kandahar, and Kandahar, which is currently residing in the Afghanistan. Inscription of the Ashoka, inscription of Ashoka's inscription. Ashoka's inscription. Ashoka's inscription. Through the carbon dating, we people are knowing the things that it is 2050 old. Years old means it has been written around the era of 2250 years ago. Now we will know the things about the archaeology. Archaeology is a subject which we study about digging the things, about the information which are created, uh, which are being gathered by the digging the things. Digging the things. Archaeology is a subject in which we are knowing the fact by digging the things. Like if you are digging if you are digging your soil of your field, of your cultivating field, in that field you will, if you will get a kind of bond, that means you will be able to know the there was a kind of any kind of the animal, or any kind of the another uh, animal, another living things were existed in the in this area, in in the era of somewhere. So archaeology is the things in which we are digging and knowing the things about kind of the means archaeology is the subject in which we are knowing the things, and which we are studying, in which we are getting the information uh, about the materials which have been getting by the digging the things, by digging the things. Archaeology is a subject in which we are studying about the fact which are being got by the digging, which are being got by digging the things, in which we will know about the bonds, in which we will know about the past through the bonds, through the buildings. Matlab, you should think that means, just think that what can be available inside of the earth. If you are digging inside of the soil, if you are digging, that means what will you get? Bones, buildings, or any kind of the remain materials. Through these things we are getting the information about the history, about our past. That kind of the subject is known as archaeology. So these three ways, these are the three ways to find out about the past. So out of all those bulky things, you need to know only these things. And in the next class, we will discuss the question of the exercise of this chapter. So till then, take care and stay with the Jill Junction to study with the Jill. Jai Hind and thank you.